Good afternoon, everybody, and happy summer. Wow, this year is going by so quickly, and I know that just around the corner is, because it's coming sooner than we expected, is going to be the NACTA and ASTA conferences. I know that I will be seeing our guest speaker today in San Diego at the ASTA conference, and I hope to be able to see all of you that are in the audience at the conference also. For the you who don't know, the ASTA conference is going to be in San Diego at the very end of August, and then we are having the NACTA National Conference from September 13th to 16th, and that is going to be in Anchorage. There's a whole bunch of pre-FAMs, post-FAMs, an amazing conference going on in the middle, and I really hope to see everybody there. If you've not registered yet, make sure to go to NACTA.com, take advantage of the options and all the sessions and trainings, because if you're selling Alaska or you want to be able to connect with any sort of NACTA supplier, that is the time to definitely do it. But I want to get focused back on a little bit of housekeeping before I turn the reins over. I want to remind everybody that this is being recorded, so if you have something you need to do and get off quickly, which I hope you don't, you'll be able to go to our YouTube account, be able to finish listening to Kelly's presentation. But my hope is you're going to be on the call the entire time. I want to thank everybody for taking time out of their busy day. You are all on mute. I will also be putting myself on mute because I want Kelly to be able to have the most clear recording without my squeaky chair in the background. So Kelly Bergen, love you from OASIS Travel Network. I'm going to turn the reins over to you. We will have a Q&A session at the end where I will take myself off mute and answer or ask any questions. And also, I understand we may have a little kind of trivia question at the end. So, Kelly, have at it. Thank you for being such a longtime supporter of NACTA and so involved in what we have to do for home-based travel agents. I'm putting myself on mute now.
Okay, Lorene. Hello, everybody. Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. I love NACTA. And I can remember I was at the very, very first NACTA meeting in South Florida when Bob Dougland formed the South Florida chapter of NACTA. And I'm still going to meetings. We pretty much have them every month. It's the best. I love it. So anyhow, hi, everyone. Good afternoon. And hello to everyone that may be listening to this down the road to the recording. Welcome to my webinar. I hope I see you at ASTA at the end of August, like Lorene said. I can't make it. I've always gone to the NACTA conferences. I can't make it this year. But I think next year it's going to be in Washington, D.C., and I'll be at that one for absolutely for sure. So I am the president of OASIS Travel Network, and I'm here today to tell you a little bit about how we can make your life easier. This will be about 25, 30 minutes. I know you're busy. We're not going to take a lot of time, so I'm just going to give you the highlights. Because if I talked about everything, how we can make everything in your life easier when it comes to your business, we would be here all day, and we don't want to do that. We have other things to do. So I'll just give you the highlights. We make your life so much easier, and I can actually be, I'm like, what do I want to say? I know this for a fact because I've been in your shoes, okay? I've been a travel professional. I've had my own travel businesses, and I know what you go through and how many things there are to do every day. So you're the accountant, you're the bookkeeper, you can be maybe kind of the attorney, you're the CEO, you're the chief cook and bottle washer, and then you have to make bookings, manage bookings, right? And if you have a couple of associates or assistants, employees, you've got to handle them. And then when is there time for like the important thing, marketing? We're going to talk about that. So I feel your pain, everybody. And that's why I call this presentation, We Make Your Life Easier, okay? We make it so easy, even a child can do it. So I just had to throw this picture in. I just love this picture. Look at her face. Is she the most adorable thing you've ever seen? So, but you know what I mean. We really do take a lot off your shoulders and help you with growing your business. So we're like your, we're in the background, we're your assistant or your second hand. So I'm going to break this into 3 sections. Before the booking, which is, I like to call marketing. That's what we have to do if we want to get bookings. We have to market. During the booking, which is also known as client communication, do you know that if you communicate frequently after you've made a booking and before people depart, they're less likely to cancel? True story. And then between bookings. So the accounting, the training, and all those other things that have to get done as well. Oh, and also I think Lorene we're going to have a question at the end, and I guess there's going to be a prize, right? $25 gift card. And then there will be a few other questions I'm going to ask you during the presentation. So if you just type yes or no into the question box, and we'll get your feedback, okay? So we've been doing this a long time, all right? We've been in business this is our 30-year anniversary, and we really know about the industry, and we know what independent travel professionals need, and we have the tools to help you keep your business going, grow your business. And one of the main things, I think, is marketing. So before you can get any kind of booking, anybody calling you on the phone, sending you an email, instant messaging you on Facebook, right? They have to know about you. And marketing is what makes that happen. It makes them not only know about you, but it also can help them trust you and, you know, tell their friends about you, tell their family about you. And one of the ways we do that is we design and create weekly emails, all right, about different promotions and destinations. And let me just show you what I'm talking about so you can see. Oops, wait a minute. I want to go over here to this tab. And you can see this is an email, an example of an email we send out. Of course, it'll have your logo up here and your information, all right? And then down on the bottom, of course, it'll have all of your information here. I'm not an agent, I don't sell, and so I don't have an example of an email, but it has your branding, nothing about us, okay? I want to make that clear, nothing about OASIS Travel Network, and nothing about Signature Travel Network, which we belong to. So I am now on the Signature Travel Network website, and I'm in the marketing calendar, and that's where all of these emails that go out are planned, and you can take a look. So the one we just looked at right here is the AMA Waterways email. And these are designed for you, they're created for you, they're branded to you, they're sent out to your client for you. You don't have to think about a thing. Now, if you'll notice, yesterday, we send them on Wednesdays. So yesterday there was AMA Waterways, Apple Vacations, Celebrity, Silver Sea, Ultimate Values. We're going to talk about this in a little bit, all right, because not every single one of these emails was sent to every single client. Only the email that was specific to that client's interests, all right, was sent to them. So if they received the AMA Waterways email, it's because they had expressed an interest to you about river cruising. Okay, does that make sense? So it's a very sophisticated system, and we'll show you in a minute how that works. Okay, so these emails that go out are, like I said, are automatic. Okay, you don't have to think about it. Once you set up the system, it just goes. They're mobile friendly. So what does that mean? If you don't know, that means they can read them on their iPhone, their Droid, their iPad, their Amazon Fire, whatever mobile device they're using, they will be readable. Don't you hate it when you get those emails that you can't read? Because most of us open up emails on our phones or our mobile devices. So they're mobile friendly. They're, like I said, branded to you. And like I was mentioning, we know what to send to whom, okay? We know which email is of the most interest to which client. And then there's also analytics. So after the emails are sent, you can go in and see how many people opened it, how many people clicked on, and you can even tell what they clicked on. All right, so maybe, you know, we go back to the AMA Waterways email here, and you could tell if they clicked on the Romantic Danube, all right, because that is trackable, which is pretty amazing. So let's go back here. So you've got all that available to you at your fingertips. Okay. So that's our email marketing. We also have print marketing, which I think in this day and age is getting more and more important, because people aren't getting bombarded with the print mail they did 15, 20 years ago, or even 10 years ago. I hardly get anything anymore in the mail. So when a beautiful magazine shows up or a gorgeous flyer, then I look at it. So I just want to know, for those of you who are listening, how many of you send flyers and or magazines to your clients? So in the answer or in the question box, just type yes or no. Let's see what kind of the percentages. Lorene, if you want to take a look at that and kind of give me a percentage. Is it like 50-50 yes, 50 no?
Looking. I have 2 that have said, so far everybody's saying no.
They're saying no. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when I give this webinar, that's typically what I get. It's usually a smaller percentage that say yes. But that's okay, because we can take care of that for you. And the reason you probably don't send mail is because it's difficult. It's time consuming. It's, there's only so many hours in a day. And I know when I had my travel businesses, that's the one thing that I fell down on, if you will. I had great intentions, but I never got those postcards sent out. I never got that, the marketing done that I wanted to get done. So that's why you need a partner that can do it for you, okay? And these are some examples of the free. These go out free, 6 or 7 a month. And then we have others that are about 50 cents a piece that are much more, are thick coffee table type gorgeous magazines that you can choose from. You can send 10, you could send 1,000, or whatever amount you wanted to send. And again, it's all branded to you, your logo. On the magazines, you can even customize the inside cover and with your picture and whatever it is you want to say to your clients. So that is a very, very cool thing to do. Then once you have your email and you have your print mail, you also need a professional website, because a website is your marketing hub, okay? This is where you send people. This is where when you're on Facebook and you say blah, 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 you send them to your website. When you send them an email, you send them to your website, okay? Every link in this email, okay, everything goes back to your website so you can find more information about the Christmas markets. So you've got to have a professional website that does that. And this is just an example of one of our agents, okay? If you go down here, notice you can win a free vacation, or up here, receive special email offers. Hey, Lorene, are you on mute or no? Hello.
Is that better? Was I making a noise? I'm sorry. It's trying to be quiet.
No, it's not you. I'm just getting some feedback, some crackle feedback. I'm thinking on mute it might not happen.
I am not hearing. Is anybody else hearing it? Just put it in the question box or.
Okay.
No, everybody's saying no.
Okay, good. Wonderful.
You're just, it's the little voices, in your head,
The little voices in my head. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, anyhow, this is an example of a website. You could go here and visit jillsgreatescapes.com if you'd like, and you can take a look at, we have a cruise search here on all of our elite websites. Clients can actually book a cruise, okay? We have hotel search. They can actually book a hotel under the hotel tab, vacations, destinations. One of the tabs I really love is the specialty tab, because these are all called microsites. So let me give you an example of the river cruising microsite, all right? This is part of Jill's website. It tells all about river cruising. They can search for only river cruises here. It's branded to her, of course. So we have lots of these specialty niche microsites that you can put on your website. Now, she's chosen to put quite a few because she does river cruising, she does luxury, she does a lot of group travel, celebration travel, which is kind of group travel, but skewed. She does honeymoons. So she has a lot of these on her website, but you can pick and choose which ones you want, okay? But this just gives you an idea. So you need to have a very professional, technologically advanced website to handle all this. And I'm going to show you why in a minute. So one more question. On your website, if you have one, can you capture client preferences? Okay. Can you have the client tell you that they are interested in river cruises or they want to go to India? All right. Is there a way for you to do that? Yes or no? And Laureen is going to give us some feedback on that and give me kind of a percentage of yes and a percentage of no.
Right now, they seem to be yeses.
Yeses. Okay. I would love to know. Yes, I would love to know, do they have signature, do they have these kind of websites? Or what website are they using that captures that info? Because that's really, really good, because most websites do not do that, okay? And I'm going to show you, and this will give you a better idea of how we capture the information for your clients. And as soon as we capture all this information, it automatically builds a profile in your customer relationship manager, your CRM, okay? And so notice here, it'll say, thank you for signing up for the email registration, and how they do that is from either here, receive special offers, or win a free vacation. And these vacations are awesome, by the way, okay? I think the one we're giving away now is a 7-night Germany vacation with air for 2 and rail. All right, so that's with every, I think it's every 2 months they give away a trip. So, and that will have, they'll be entered when they fill out this information. So they've signed up for an email. The next screen they get is land vacation types. What are you interested in? Cruise vacation types. What are you interested in? What types of cruising? Do you like luxury? Do you like small ships? What companies do you like to sail with? If you know. Okay, then the next one will be their interests. Do they love to go beach and sun and just to chill out at an all-inclusive, or do they want to go horseback riding? Are they interested in the theater or shopping? They can check off any of these. Then they'll go on, and then what destinations are they most interested in? You know, do they want to go to Hawaii, New England, Mexico, whatever, or they can specify something else here. All right. After all that, after they click submit, then all that information goes into, like I said, a profile that is automatically built in your CRM. All right. And then from there, we can do a lot with that information, which is we can send them the correct email. All right. So we could send them celebrity if they've said that they're interested in these destinations or they love celebrity cruises. Or we'd send them Mama Waterways if they mentioned river cruises, okay? So it's a very sophisticated system. It's really the only system out there in the industry that does this. I don't know of any other system that works like this, okay? So, and it's, again, it's automatic, it's all done up, it's all created for you, sent for you, and like I said before, we make it really easy. Okay. Another, I just have to point out, we have what we call our supplier research tool. Love this. I just got out of a 3-day boot camp. We do a boot camp every quarter, and it just finished yesterday. And one of the things that some of the agents mentioned that they thought was the most, it's amazing or helpful or useful, was our supplier research tool. And it's not rocket science. I mean, it's just a simple little, if you go to suppliers, and you go search for suppliers, it'll just help you look for the right supplier. I can't tell you how many times I see on our Facebook group or I get an email, okay, and someone wants to know about what supplier do they use to go where. All right, so if we picked Argentina, search, and this is how quick. Boom. It gives them all the suppliers, all the destination specialists. It'll tell you what type of accommodations and the type of product. And that's how quick, all right? Instead of asking everyone you know and putting it on, you know, different groups, and boom, you find it in like 15 seconds, All right. So I'm pointing that out because, again, it makes your life easier, and our agents love it. There's just that simple little thing they just love. And then we have, during the booking, client communications. All right. Remember I said at the beginning that the more you communicate with a client after they book, but before they depart, right, then the less likely they are to cancel. So we have a system called Client Reach. Again, it's automatic. Once a client's booked, you can control everything that happens with these messages, but these are email messages that go out. Thank you for your booking. The importance of trip cancellation insurance if they haven't booked it yet. Did you book your shore excursions if it's a cruise? Did you book your pre or post hotel if it's a cruise? Or even it could be a land tour, but maybe they want to book a pre-hotel before they go on this, other land tour or escorted vacation. Destination reports. Hey, you're going to Ireland. Here's a little bit about Kilkenny. Here's a little information about Killarney and Dublin, right? So this helps monetize your bookings. It helps you make more money. You make money on travel insurance. You make money on pre and post hotels. You make money on shore excursions, right? So it's just reminding your client to spend more money with you so you can make the commission, and it's going to make their trip a lot more enjoyable as well. So that's a system that we do for you. It's automatic, and it makes your life a whole lot easier. And here's where you control it. This is the dashboard where you control it. So yes, could you do this on your own? Yes. Is it going to take you 100 times more time and more effort? Yeah, it is. So you could be doing much better things than reminding your client that they have to buy insurance, right? You've got a lot. You could be building. You could be doing more marketing. You could be talking to clients on the phone. It would be a whole lot better. Here's another wonderful tool we have that makes your life easier. That's Cruise Track. And this is all about keeping track of those itineraries and that cruise pricing that tends to fluctuate now and then. I don't think it's as bad as it used to be, but it still does. This is just an example of a ship I was tracking, an itinerary Celebrity Infinity to Antarctica. I was tracking this in 2015. It was $3,700 in an A2 Aqua class. It went down to $1,849. I mean, that's a huge difference. And I got an email from Cruise Track that said, hey, price went down. And then here's some testimonials that I took off Facebook group. How much can I say I love Cruise Track? Fare went down, not enough to upgrade, but still OBC and shore credit. Hero status, thank you, Signature Travel Network. And then Jamie says, thanks to Cruise Track, I was able to lower celebrity cruise booking by $200. Got them a $450 OBC, free drinks, free gratuities, et cetera, et cetera. So by keeping track of this, by making it easy and alerting you when it happens, you can do something wonderful for your client. They're going to think you're a hero. Okay. Yes. Could you do this on your own? Could you go in every single day and check the price, see if it's gone down? Yeah, you could do that. Would it take you a whole lot more time? Yes, it definitely would. This, you can set it and forget it, which is what's so wonderful. And then, of course, after the booking, after you've done the booking, they've gone on their trip, Client Reach will also say, welcome home. And 3 months later, when it's their birthday of the client, it'll send them a happy birthday or maybe a happy anniversary email. It's like an email greeting card, okay? It'll send them an email when they need to renew their passport. Now, how do we know all this, okay? Because in your CRM, you have a profile for that client. You know that they like river cruises. You know that they want to go to Hawaii. You know this, you know that. You've entered their passport number and the expiration date. You've entered their birth date. So the system knows all this information, and all it does is just read that info silently in the background and goes, oh, it's Mr. Smith's birthday. I'm going to send out an email, happy birthday email greeting from you to Mr. Smith. Okay, automatically, you don't have to think about it. So that is a very, very nice thing to have happen. These type of emails get a 65% open rate, which is huge. For any of you that know about email and email open rates, if you get a 10% open rate, you're jumping up and down. 65% is huge. So it's important that you do these kind of things, but it's very time consuming. So we make it easy and we take care of it for you. And then we have a Pocket Travel Consultant. I just have to add this in. This is actually a tool that can be used before the booking, during the booking, after the booking. It's a mobile app that allows consultants to combine travel components into a cohesive itinerary. I like to call it an itinerary builder. So you can build it on your PC or your Mac on your regular computer, but when you send the invitation to your client to put that app on their phone, which is free, and by the way, they can only join that, they can only get the app if it comes from a travel professional. They can't go to the store, the Play Store or iTunes or whatever and get it. It has to come from you. And then they put it on their phone, and then you can communicate that with them via this app. And I'm going to show you an example of why this can be so important. So here's an agent of ours that sent this to me. This is a screenshot of her phone, and I blew it up. So the client texted Heather and said, "Hey, Heather, I may or may not have brought my travel vouchers with me to Park City. Ugh, can you please text or email me copies if you get this message?" So, of course, Heather was probably, I think Heather was on vacation too. And she was on her phone, and Heather said, "You have the app, right? The Access app, the Pocket Travel Consultant." They are in the Documents tab. And sure enough, so here's what it would look like. This is what the itinerary would look like on the phone, on the client's phone. And here are the vouchers, okay? Ski.com vouchers. And that's how quickly the problem was solved. I mean, it's fabulous. So this is the new thing in travel. It was Facebook. Everybody had to get on Facebook and blah blah blah. And so a lot of people are on now, which is a wonderful thing. You should be. Well, now it's mobile connectivity. All right, mobile communication, and this is fabulous. So that's just, I could go on and on about this app, but I will not. I'll keep, because I'm running a little bit over from what I said. And then there's between bookings. You know what they say, if you're not earning, you should be learning. So we have an incredible amount of training opportunities. Nolan Burris is in our signature expert program. He is fabulous for any of those of you who know him. I know Lorene knows him really well. We have social media training. We have our signature travel expert certification, which is, can't do it in 1 hour. It's 98 modules, and you have to do 10 supplier certifications. So you really, when you get done with this, you are an expert. We have our annual meeting this year in Vegas. We have our quarterly boot camps. I just got out of one. We have our regional spring destination trainings. Of course, webinars. Our private Facebook group is wonderful. We have lots of what we have FAMs. We have Signature has what they call educationals, okay, that you can take advantage of. Let me just see. That would be under the training tab. I'm just seeing if I can show you the educationals. Look at all this training. Oh my goodness. I can't seem to find it, but that's okay. But the educationals are wonderful, wonderful FAM trips, but they don't like to call them FAM trips. They like to, oh, here they are. They like to call them educationals because they are. So, we've got, what's going on here? Internet, Amazon, Israel, G Adventures, I mean, just a lot of them are already filled for the year, but you get the idea. So if you need training, we've got training. And then accounting, we try to make accounting really easy. So I know a lot of you create your own invoices, or you're with a host maybe already and you have to create invoices in their system. We actually create the invoice for you. Okay, you report the booking, we create the invoice. We pay twice a month. We are always, always, always on time. Our CEO is a stickler for having the money in our agents' bank accounts on time. We're never late. We have a system called Commission Control, so you can track your commissions 24/7. You can just log in and you can see exactly what's happening with them anytime you want. And you can access your sales reports anytime you want as well. And I must say, we are known, I hear this over and over again. I hear this from people that have just joined OASIS. We had some at our boot camp. I hear this from our agents who've been with us for a while, that we have very, very quick response time. You're not going to wait for days to get an answer from us. And that can be really, really important when you're busy and you're trying to get an answer. So a little bit about us. We have 3 plans, basic, elite, and platinum. Of course, top tier commissions. We are a multi-million dollar company, so we get the 16, 17, 18, 25%. We have up to 100% split based on the plan that you choose. We have over 600 travel professionals. We are not a huge host. We don't have thousands, okay? We're more of a small boutique-y type partner that can really help you out with your business. And of course, we're a member of Signature Travel Network. So I'm just, are there any questions, Lorene, that maybe somebody has typed into the question box?
Yeah, absolutely. And they're actually really good questions. So one of them was from the beginning when you were talking about clients can go to your the travel agent's website and click through. Now, when they do that, like let's say they do advanced search for a cruise, I'm just picking something, and they click through, and are they able to purchase it that way, or are they encouraged to contact the travel agent?
They can actually, of course, your phone number is all over your website. But if they want to search for a cruise, I'm going to
how about Bahamas? I'm looking at your screen.
Yeah. And I'm just going to click search. But they can book it here. And then you would, if they booked and, paid, that you would get an email. So see, here we go. So if I select this,
triggered to know to let celebrity or whoever the cruise line is know that you're the agent on record then.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, it knows that because this is your see up here, you have a really specific ID to each agent. Okay. So I'm just kind of going through the booking process, but this is what your agents will go through. It's very easy, very quick. Most people don't. Most clients just love to use this for research, okay? And then they call you, but some book. Yeah, so here's all the different categories inside Ocean View. So you get the idea. Yeah.
Okay, the next question I had to do again, it's the timing. You can tell when these questions come up around the contest when they sign up. The question was, how does the client know or the agent know if that person won the trip?
Well, they will be informed. So the contest is put on by Signature Travel Network. All right.
Okay.
And so there are other agents. It's not just your contest. It's agents around the country that belong to Signature whose clients are signing up. And then Signature will have the drawing, and of course they'll inform the agent first. And the reason they know it belongs to you is because, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, is because the agent was on your website, right? They clicked here, they filled out the form, that client's info went into your CRM that we can track, so we know the client belongs to you. You'll be informed that they won, and then of course you'll inform them, or Signature will, however you want it to be.
Oh, excellent. And that one, the only other one was about a little bit about client reach, but I think they were just curious on how they get more information on client reach. But I think you showed it when you went under the Signet page trainings, and then it said client reach. Is that how they would do the training, or do you OASIS offer trainings on that, like webinars?
It's better to take the Signature trainings, okay, because it's a Signature tool. And so, and they have trainings all the time. So if I went here and I'd look for webinars and I'd have to look through here to find it. But yeah, they're always having trainings on
like if you go
access.
if you go up, I see one that says client reach. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Thank you, Miss Eagle Eye. But they're always having webinar. Like a couple days ago, they had a webinar on access. So they're always, how to use the mobile app. They've always got they've got a how-to guide. They've got client reach. There's always things. I mean, you can. What I love about this website is whatever I want to find out about, I can type into this box up here, and it'll bring me a whole list of information about that particular topic. I mean, I could type Argentina up here, and it would bring me the suppliers and information about Argentina, okay, and the destination guides and et cetera. So it's thinking at the moment because there's probably a lot of information about client reach. But one thing I love about this intranet, Signet, is how easy it is to find information. And that's part of what we do as travel professionals. We can't know every single thing about every product and every destination in the world, but we can sure know where to look and how to find it. And so we make it really easy for you to do that. Search for it, find it, talk about it. So here's all the information on client reach. You can see there's lots of information. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Hopefully that answered the question.
It did. That was great. And those are all the questions we had. And I also, Kelly, by the way, that I'm a member, and I really do have to give a shout out as a member to your staff. I'm always asking. So I have these clients who I have the invoice. Here's the invoice. They've only put the deposit down, and we're adding air later. Do I list it now? Do I wait till we get the full total? And they're always very humoring and act like it's the first time anybody has ever asked that same stupid question.
I love it. Yeah. That's good. But they get back to you. Yeah.
They do, and it's not even an auto-generated response like, "Dear idiot, you've asked this before. Pay attention when we emailed you last February on this date."
I know. And what's cool about it, we have that private Facebook group, and there's so many people on that group helping other people. But you can go on our Facebook group and search it and find a question, and like maybe you want to know something about the Breathless Resort in Punta Cana. You could type that in, and it would give you all kinds of information of what the agent said about it maybe 3 months ago. So lots of different research tools.
That's true. That was all the questions I had in a personal commentary. Sorry about that. I, went down that little rat hole, but at least it was kind of related.
Yes. All right. So are you going to ask are you going to ask them the question?
Sure. Let's see. Make sure you don't have the answer on the main screen. How many years has OASIS been in business?
It's actually our
somebody.
Travel.
I didn't even get to finish saying the word, and this person was on it.
All right.
But we have a couple people who gave the correct answer, but Natalie, you were the first person to get the answer right, and I will do me a favor. Will you put in that box your email, and I will connect you and Kelly together, right? And she's going, yay! After we are done with this call, you'll expect an email from me in about 5 minutes after the call. So there you go. Thank you so much. Anything else, ma'am? Anything you want to say about the ASTA conference that's coming up?
I think it's going to be dynamite. I think San Diego's a fabulous city to have it in. I think I looked at the agenda. just now, like I said, I was on a call with the Professional Association of Travel Hosts, which we're a member, and Ann Chamberlain, NACTA president, was on the call with us, and she was going over the agenda for the ASTA Global Convention, and it really looks intriguing. There's some really fun things going on, some important seminars to attend, some really great training. So if you're kind of up in the air about going, I would say this would be a great one to go to. If you have to choose, you know, between NACTA and ASTA, go to NACTA. But if you can go to both, wow, that'd be great.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to go to both. And boo-hoo, I don't get to see you in both, Kelly, but I live on the West Coast and I can completely understand because, like you said, next year, if the one of the conference in Washington, D.C., it would not be likely for me to fly out there twice. So, you know, you have to pick your battles.
Well, actually, I think they're going to be back-to-back next year. I think ASTA and NACTA, but I'm not sure. But don't say you heard it from me. But I think they might be, so you could hit two birds with one stone. Wouldn't that be great?
That would be awesome, because it's a lot of work. And if you don't live in the central middle part of the country, you got a long flight both ways, you know, so.
True. But there's nonstops. There's nonstop
there. Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you, ma'am, as always, Madam President, for taking your busy time, and I know you're busy, for being on here. I just want to remind everybody this is being recorded, and I will have this up on the website, which is the YouTube site under NACTA. I will also put the information there. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do. We have fabulous webinars such as the one that Kelly just gave, learning how to do marketing for yourself. Lisa Watson has short tips and tricks sort of webinars like, how do I update my profile? Oh, how do I work on my one sheet, which is a benefit of NACTA membership? So stuff like that. It's more things to do with your NACTA membership than you would normally find. So we make sure it's all in one central location for you to be available. So any other last things before we close the show, Miss Kelly?
I think that's it. Thanks, everybody, for taking your time. Would love to hear from you. Would love to have you join us.
Absolutely. All right. Well, hopefully, everybody will see you in San Diego. If not, then I'll see you in Anchorage. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your week. And thank you again, Kelly. Bye-bye.
You bet. Bye-bye.